Brought to you by AwesomeDrinks.com. It's Jen's birthday this month. Use coupon code JENS37 and save 15% on everything you purchase.
Stop picking your limes off your lime tree! If you have a lime tree, you're lucky. I've got Kurt. I've got Doug. I want a lime tree that grows limes. And
Yours
we're making a
grows
cocktail.
lemons.
Mine grows lemons. They grow limes that are yellow. I don't know what happens.
Lime trees that grow.
Trader Vic's.
It might be a lemon tree.
Nope, it's a lime
Nope.
tree.
You got lied to.
It's a.
He's like, I have the best lemon tree ever for you.
It has an identity crisis.
It does. My lime tree has an identity crisis, and it's working it out.
Derek's the kind of person, magic beans, totally acceptable.
I have magic beans. This is a 19...
Yeah, you do have magic beans.
Right. This is a 1970's cocktail. Suffering Bastard from Trader Vic, you say?
Yep,
He invented this?
this is his.
I've done a Suffering Bastard look on the channel. It's nothing like this. It's got ginger ale. It's got some other stuff in it.
I think
bourbon.
most of the ones I've seen have had bourbon in them.
Yeah, most Suffering Bastards have bourbon in them. I
Yep.
don't know why they derived this and managed to get bourbon out of it. Oh.
Yep.
So, 3 ounces of orange curacao.
More curacao than any human ever needs to ingest in a lifetime.
That blue one we did had 3 ounces too, didn't it?
No, it had 8 ounce.
Oh yeah, you were complaining because you were like, "How does it have a whole ounce of curacao?" And we're like, "That's not that abnormal, Kurt." And you're like, "And now we're at 3 times more."
Wow, what happened between the 60s and the 70s where we're now doing 4 ounces of rum?
Because what happened was people were getting stressed out, and they needed something.
Right.
This country needed a drink.
And I don't know what we're doing with the strip of cucumber. Is that a garnish?
Yeah, it's garnish.
What strip? All the way across?
I'll show you.
Oh, you're gonna do it, okay? Rum. We're gonna use some rum. This is blue. What is this called? Blue cane, whatever. DePaz Blue Cane Rum Agricole. So just any rum Agricole would work from Martinique. We've got Jesus and some Orgeat or Orgeat or almond syrup, as I like to call it. That way nobody complains, and I'm still right. Did you use almond syrup yet? No. That's classic tiki too. This is like a tiki class. This is tiki, right?
Wow, that's good.
That's all booze, guys. Look at this.
That is really good.
This is like a tiki cocktail, only worse. And then,
Have
did
you
you already
tried
use
this?
the Demerara?
No, not yet.
Oh my god, it's so good.
That's his bar selection. That's what he said. That was the conversation.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I don't know. That's my staple, like white rum. But I mean,
That's
Captain Morgan was like, I don't know where they came from.
the Captain Morgan is
The
actually
problem is you can't taste test them blind.
almost as good as that.
It's tough to blind taste test because this is dark. You can't really tell, but it's got a yellowish
yeah.
And
you
that
can
causes-
definitely
you
tell
can't-
the difference
yeah,
between
it's
the
hard to blind taste.
blind.
Especially
You
light.
would literally need to have to close your eyes.
Or use a glass that was completely covered. So for the Demerara syrup, I really am trying to carry some at Awesome Drinks, but I don't have it yet, and I don't remember what distracted me. I think I'm looking for somebody who sells it.
Okay.
But if you want to make your own Demerara syrup, what you could do is take the sugar, the sugar in the raw. Hopefully not in packets, but you could do it the way I did it in packets. And I just ripped all the packets out, put them into a cup or a half cup or whatever, and I made a simple syrup out of it.
Sure.
And boom, you get just a little darker syrupy thickness to it. You can probably use simple syrup and you'll be fine. I've used simple syrup in the past, but if you want to stay classic.
I'll say that looks wonderful.
And it's going to be wonderful right in your face.
Yeah, right in your beautiful,
Esophagus.
lovely,
Yeah.
fuckable face.
I don't know what's going on here. Everything was fine up until about like 5 seconds.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Timestamp.
Time step on fuckable face.
People do that. They're like, what did Doug do at 2:34? And you
I
click
just
on
needed
it.
a couple ice cubes.
Do you want to split it again? Or?
No, just 2. We'll get it to
that's
freeze
awful.
a little bit.
It's only 2
One more.
ice cubes. No, we're going to go. You want to put some in here?
Yeah.
Like one or two.
One of the things that I recently found out is that
He said 1 or 2. We'll go 1 or 2.
kind of messes me up about the whole people watching this.
They do that all the time. See, there's a little record button.
Yeah. I had no idea. Hey, Steve, your dad watches the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
and so,
how often.
And then, like, No, Bonnie said that he like all the time. Like he's
He's
an
like
avid.
religious.
He watches it when it comes out, and he gives you one of the
The thumbs, yeah.
thingies.
One of the
He's the
thingies.
thumbs down guy.
Yeah.
The one guy.
Dad is the thumbs
Oh,
down
this
guy.
suck.
He just wants to make
It's-
sure that
it's-
Derek never succeeds in life.
It's always bad. I'm actually always surprised about the tenacity about the one.
I don't know why, but I think
Yeah,
maybe the proportions on this drink were a little wrong.
I knew. I'm looking at it when you guys are out there. I'm like, this is like an 18-ounce drink, and I have a lowball glass.
Well, this
in
could
front
have
of me.
fit in a tiki and been fine.
This will fit in a tiki, and it will still be good. I just figured we'd just pour half out anyway. We're not gonna drink
Alright.
all this. We'll be
Holy
wasted.
shit.
Holy shit. Okay,
Hey,
shut up.
Steve. You're beautiful. Don't change. I mean that actually.
Every Steve watching is now like, yeah, that's right.
Just you. And you knew who I'm talking about.
Well, that takes a few seconds to kind of whack you in the crotch piece. How's your crotch piece?
That's super
The
good.
cucumber.
Super good.
The cucumber really messes with my senses because I get that
Not-
cucumber smell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no
But I-
cucumber.
but I
you
like
get
it.
a little taste of it.
It kind of
And the cucumber's rubbing off on me.
it has an
Is that not a funny joke?
herbal
Rubbing off your cucumber.
Anyway, go ahead. It has
an herbal aromatic to it that works with all the citrus and everything.
sweet.
Oh,
It
super
tastes
sweet.
Like the sweetness of a Coke. Like that sugary, crazy sweet.
Sure.
Yeah.
The almond, the simple syrup. I mean, I don't know if this is balanced. Probably because there's 2 freaking ounces of lime in here. But it's got like that Demerara, and it's got this, which is you could use almond syrup as a sweetening agent instead of simple syrup, and you'll be probably taste
Well,
better.
let's just go through and just do it proportionately. So you've got 4, 5, 6. 6 on the strong, so you need to balance the 6 off the strong with a 3 and 3. So 2 lime,
Yep. And then about what was our
about
Orgeat?
3. So you're a little heavier on
Sweet.
On the sweet.
Which you could
No, because the lime doesn't count against the sweet. It's just the Demerara and the Orgeat.
right, but that's all on one
So
side.
that's 3. So you've got your sweet, and then your sour is
That is 3. 2.
2.
Uh-huh.
But you're not really counting in the orange curacao. Where does the orange
Orange
curacao?
curacao is the sweet.
It's not a strong.
No, it's
no,
it's,
no, no.
it's
Just a sweet.
It's kind of yeah.
It's orange. It should have a little bit of that one. That's a little better than most of them. So it should have a tart
Oh
bite
Jesus!
to it,
It's sweet.
but it does have a little
It's
tartness.
a little tart, but
Right.
it's
That's the-
sweet.
that's
It's
the
like
cur-
limoncello.
It's the lahara fruit. It's got a little bite to it. What is your problem?
Oh,
You're not a big curacao fan, huh?
no, not really.
I like
It's
curacao. I don't typically not something I drink straight.
So following the 2-1-1, this is pretty dead on.
No, it's because more sweet. You've got 3 ounces of just pure sweet, then you have that, which is kind of sweet. I don't know if you really count it as sweet because it's still got alcohol in it. But on the whole, we've got a light rum, which is going to be a little sweeter, right? It's got a little cane in there, right?
Yeah.
This is a sweeter product if you're comparing them to like a vodka or a gin, right? It should lean more towards that, but rum is awesome, so it makes up for it, right? It doesn't matter what your numbers are when you have rum, because rum just makes the party.
You want a question of the day?
Uh,
Strongest cocktail you've ever had, or strangest combination of ingredients that were surprisingly good?
That Campari ice cream is a little weird.
The original Don the Beachcomber zombie is probably the hardest I've.
Like from a bite. Did we make that?
No.
No. We made the Mai Tai, which was like had a lot of
I didn't like that
grapefruit
at
in
all.
it. I made like 4 after that.
As far as like weird combinations, recent memory, the Baltimore Zoo was fucking weird.
Right.
really,
It's like a Long
really
Island iced
weird.
tea with a hopped IPA on top.
And it was
Worse.
really good. It
You
was
got a little hop
really
finish,
good.
which, and I'm the first guy to tell you beer cocktails don't work. It's not a beer cocktail per se. You're using it more of like almost like floating a dark rum on top of a drink, right?
Yeah.
Which I could see in this. A dark rum would make it a little too powerful, but the color would be neat.
Yeah.
Have like the dark rum float.
It was the most interesting cocktail that I've ever had where beer was involved.
Then the
And by interesting, I mean good.
And anything with what was the zombie? Anything that's got the word zombie in it is typically going to be on the high scale of alcohol.
And I think you could cut this entire cocktail back. Like, let's see how much we could have cut back by.
Wait, you mean the actual proportions?
Yeah.
By like a half. We've got 2 cocktails here.
2?
If you're making it for a friend, I think this recipe's fine. Or if you're making a big jug for yourself, but you're going to be hurting.
4.
And you're going to have diabetes, and a heart attack, and high blood pressure, all at the same time.
Sure.
You're going to turn into Frankenstein.
Okay, so...
That's a lot of ice in that one.
I know. I'm going to say 5 ounces could have got shaved off of that. So evenly, you could have cut
everything off.
5 ounces. And
Right, so if you at least take a one hit off of each of these,
Sure.
then you reduce it.
I
But if
think
you have
that
friends, you're fine. You just drink this type of drink with friends, because it's way too much for one person to drink anyway.
In the event you have this at your disposal, and you have a cucumber, go for it.
Yeah, the cucumber kind of works. I don't understand, but
it's cool.
it adds something to it that just changes. There's a little bit of cucumber, and you get the aroma of cucumber, and it contrasts everything I would have expected.
So
And it looks like a little surfboard.
I think that everybody can agree on cucumber is
Smell it.
more of it's a neutral thing.
It doesn't take away or give,
something,
but it doesn't throw it.
but
off.
it's
Plus,
I mean-
it's an accoutrement you can eat.
it's not like rosemary. It's not fragrant.
It's not like
It's slightly fragrant,
but it's not like
it's
onions. It's not like the
not
brine.
anything.
Right. It doesn't protrude and destroy everything with its weird flavors.
Yeah.
But it's also not pickled. You throw some pickles in there, shit will change.
Yeah, pickles would not.
A little dill
Go
pickle
back.
on the side. Oh yeah, little pickle backs.
Okay,
I'll
so
do it.
retrospectively looking at the decades, what was
I
your
would
favorite?
say always order something from the 70s and up. Not always, but I mean, there's in most cases, if you're going in blind and you're like, I need a recipe, I want something that fits this style.
Pre-prohibition or 70s? I'm okay with that. I think that's pretty dead on.
Pre-prohibition?
Yeah, anything pre-prohibition, because that's when we were kind of like at the top of our game. We're looking at like old fashions, martinis.
I don't
all
really-
that
yeah,
stuff.
I don't really like to drink
because
a lot
you
of
have
those.
at least 2 ounces of the spirit, and then you're building on that.
Yeah.
Whereas in
These are like
our journey that we made, like the 30s, 40s, and 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, very light on spirits, and just like trying to make more of a cocktail out of nothing.
Yeah.
this, and then you get more complicated when you start bringing in like 5+ ingredients, because now you got to make it all taste okay, and then you have to make then the question comes: do I really need 5 ingredients to start with? And you're like pulling back. It's.
I just think
completely
it's
different way to
interesting
look
from now on. I mean, if you look at the scale and you take that 2-1-1 into perspective, I think it'll be more beneficial to the viewers and to yourselves to start thinking about it in those terms.
I always, when I build my own cocktails, I always use that as a base, even if I deviate from it later.
Did you use the number system? Did you know about that?
Yeah,
begin with?
it's not that complicated. The way I usually do it is, I usually do 2 ounces of spirit.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3 if I want to get teak, and then I balance it off with
If you want to get tea.
1 of sweet and sour. You look at my Mai Tai recipe I did, the horror infused Mai Tai. It's the same type of thing. It's always like, and the reason is it's really easy to make cool cocktails without a lot of freaking stress. You don't have to put, you know what it is? If you use that type of breakdown, you're not pouring the cocktail out to continue trying making a new cocktail over and over again.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of stuff, but you start wasting it really fast when you're building cocktails by just going, how's this look? How about this one? Nope, this one. Like my kids do when they make their cocktails. I'm like, I'll just do this. I'm like, dude, you just used 3 ounces of grenadine in there. He's like, so it's red. I'm like, it was red with 1 ounce. 3 ounces of grenadine is like freaking Sugar City.
That's bad.
Yeah, so like I have to teach them. Like there's a pattern to
Grenadine.
follow. I just don't always like to stay with patterns.
Hurts everything.
Right, you pee it out. It's bad.
Hurts my inner child.
So stick with a
And my inner
good.
child is already dead.
Right, he's got like 5 children, and they're all dead inside. So there you go. There's your surfboard. That is the Suffering Bastard, classic style. No bourbon. whatever. You'll probably never see this at a restaurant. Bring the recipe card in. Go to your favorite hangout and say, "Can you make this?" And then take a little straw and taste it and go, "Yeah, that's what you're supposed to be making."
And here's my hope that people that work at bars watch the show.
They do.
And try making some of the cocktails that are you approved, because I mean they're. If
you make that for somebody at a bar,
you're
gonna get
good.
tips. You're gonna do well.
Right.
And you just in a bar typically has some of this stuff. So
it's better for us to waste the booze than for you.
Yeah, I know, because most of the stuff people just send me anyway. I don't have anything here I paid for except for the
Hey, do you want to know how many 6-packs of Lagunitas that I've received?
None. Nobody's sending him any Lagunitas, and he even drank it on the show last week.
So sad.
It was only a week ago.
I tried to do product placement.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Tough. So we'll go back to Sunday Night Shooters next week. This series of episodes will actually have been filmed 2 weeks since you're seeing it now, because we're going to be at Tales of the Cocktail.
He might be dead by now, actually.
Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen?
I would prefer not to be dead.
Right, me too. I'm hoping to be alive.
My whole goal with the week that this is airing is to get him so insanely drunk that I can videotape it.
That's probably not going to happen.
But that is it. We're done. That means Doug is out. He heads back to the Carolinas until probably fall. What do you call it? When the snow falls? Winter?
Winter.
Oh, you might not even be here this winter, right? Probably not gonna happen.
It's a tough draw.
It's touch and go.
It's a tough draw.
Yeah.
With regard to everything.
With an infant on the way.
Anyway.
He's probably not gonna want to go anywhere. But he's here now, and he's got until next summer. So get in your fix and just watch the episodes and repeat.
Right.
I love how you just like.
And I know that like today has not been my best episode. So New Zealand, I didn't mean to disappoint, but I still love you.
There you go. Go to New Zealand. Buy some of this stuff from me. AwesomeDrinks.com. I still have one of these in stock before I have to reorder more.
Oh, and Steve, you're lovely.
Thanks, all the Steves out there. EverydayDrinkers.com. Watch all the episodes that aired in the last, what have you been here? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. He's been an extra week because you were here for 2 weeks this week and last week, and you were actually physically only here for one of them.
So 4
it's
or
weird.
5.
It's like magic. That's how cameras work. It's so awesome.
It's like Back to the Future.
All in one. We're teaching you how to drink.